Ard and supplement your DPS. Because there's a couple DPS checks on that fight. One of them,
Lock.
yeah, my Warlock.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of her today because I'm just trying to get back in the habit of playing her and supplement your DPS.
I'm in Ardenweald.
Forgot I left. There's a couple DPS checks on that fight. I was farming anima because one of them cosmetic sets I want to buy, but they buy them with anima.
Okay.
Fury of the Storm. I'd almost argue you do the one before Razagath. But
Boss?
because Broodkeeper drops. I think it's Broodkeeper that drops it. Fuck, I'm just gonna Hearth. Azeroth, Dragon Isles.
I like being surprised.
Yeah.
I don't. Anytime I ever did LFR, granted it was LFR, but anytime I did it in any of the other expansions, like whether it was Cataclysm, because that's where it started, onwards till I stopped playing in.
It's also Mog gear I wouldn't mind getting my hands on.
What the heck was it? Legion. So anytime I'd run, I was like, I don't know what the fight is. I'm just gonna. I know not to stand in fire. It's like you get used after years and years of doing raids and stuff and playing WoW. It's you kind of get a feel. There's sometimes little mechanics that you have to know about, or you have to experience them. Like if they're not going to outright kill you.
There's two trinkets that drop off of the Broodkeeper. One is a DPS trinket, the Manic Grief Torch.
Yeah.
And then there's the healer trinket, which is, I believe it's BIS for every healing class at the moment, which is the Broodkeeper's Promise. It's a pretty awesome trinket.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Oh, that's Heroic Book. Oh, it's still pretty good even on Raidfinder.
Becoming their guardian for an hour?
Well,
okay. Oh, yeah, I gotta read the rest. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, it'll explain it, I'm sure. Okay.
You basically just passively heal whoever you tag with it, which makes it actually a really fucking good trinket.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, especially if you. Well, see, the thing is that in terms of if you're raiding and you got multiple healers, it might not make sense to put it on the tank.
No, but you can trickle heal your DPS. And then just focus on the tank, right? Or even fellow healers usually would be my guess.
Right, well, yeah. Because
they benefit the most from Verse.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, in terms of like what I was looking at in terms of the benefit of actually like, the healing actually, because it's restore, so many health per second, right? And then increase in verse and restore health. So, that's a 5-second cooldown. Oh, so you can rotate it easily. From person to person?
You could technically bounce it from person to person.
So you could basically have it be like a
hot. Just throw it on people and...
Oh, well, that's cool.
That's how I'd use it.
Yeah.
It's got a 5-second cooldown. It's actually really good.
Right. I was going to say, if whoever you see taking X amount of damage, just throw it on them like Riptide, kind of like that.
Because versatility increases the magnitude of healing received, right? So anything you heal them for... I mean, it's not a huge amount of versatility.
Oh, but still, I mean, it's something.
It's still more than none, right? So,
right. It's one of those kind of it's kind of neat. I could
basically an additional hot. That's basically what it is. Except it lasts an hour, which, if you think about it, is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the Grief Torch is pretty awesome too.
Yeah, the fact that it has a 5-second cooldown, it lasts an hour. It's kind of like. I mean,
It just ticks away.
all right. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, if it lasted only a minute, that might be kind of annoying because you wouldn't know
Hmm.
unless you have a way of knowing who you put it on last. And I don't know that that's necessarily going to show up on. It's not going to show up on your hotbars or anything. I don't even know if it'll show up in your raid frames.
It would. I could make it show up on my hotbars because they're very customizable.
So, what do you
Uh,
use again?
I use an add-on called what's it called? Where the fuck is it on her? I don't have it on my quick bar. No, I dared. Oh, platter nameplates.
Okay.
They're hugely customizable. When I added them, I literally spent 4 hours just customizing them.
Uh, that sounds like fun.
Well, once you figure it out, like the first 2 hours was just learning how to do shit.
No.
And then it was like 2 hours of just running dungeons to try and fine tune it. That was really the worst of it. It wasn't terrible. It's fairly intuitive once you actually kind of play with it a little bit. And their presets aren't horrible. I just wanted it to be do like specific things like change colors, dimensions, the way that names are displayed, stuff like that. That was all just like personal nitpicks.
Okay.
The defaults are pretty good.
Sure.
It shows like it grays out targets that won't yield you anything because they've been tagged the maximum number of times. It shows mobs that are. It also shows aggro, which is the big one for me. Like it.
Oh yeah.
So
But
there, if I,
is it an effect? It's just, like you said. It's like kind of like voodoo. You can use it for spells and stuff like that, right?
I can. Well, no, it's not quite like voodoo. It's basically just nameplates, but I've
Oh.
customized them so that it shows any active debuffs or buffs that I have on like on the target, so I can keep track of where my curses are and who has them.
Okay.
So you could do something like that with it as well, right? So the icon would just appear on their health bar, and you'd be able to track it that way.
Oh.
Or
Okay.
you could use something like what a grid. You could set a custom parameter for grid, and it would display on your grid. Grid is a lot more like Voodoo
Mm. Okay. See, the problem I have with voodoo right now, and I don't know if it's something that like I'm struggling on figuring out. I
or
spent
something.
I
That,
spent
yeah,
a half hour or something, but since I
just
have oh, what was I thinking? Um, where I want to see the hots,
actually,
and I'm
you
trying to
should
think
get
of where
Primal
that is.
Chaos from this as well, which will be nice. I think she drops like a few Primal Chaos when you kill her.
Oh, okay.
I just know that fucking Razageth on Heroic is an absolute fucking just.
Yeah.
It's a brutal fight. There's so much ticking damage. Like it's a healer check fight. It really is, and a DPS check to a certain degree because he does this thing where she'll just give everyone a positive or negative charge, and you have to stack up with the people that have the same charge as you. You're taking ticking damage, but you're also dealing 200% normal damage when you have it. But she puts a big fuck off shield on herself, and you have to burn through it because after I think 10 seconds, she starts to pulse AoE damage and just won't stop until the shield drops. It's really fucking brutal. And she also does a lot of pushback mechanics, which require you to fucking pay attention or get knocked off the edge.
Yeah.
That's what makes her like, and she's just, it's like a 4 or 5 phase fight. It's just really long. How many phases? I'll actually check the book and see. What's it get? Stage 1, intermission. Stage 2, intermission. Stage 3. So basically a 5 phase fight. And yeah. It's a lot of just paying attention to what she's doing because there's a couple points where she can just wipe the group. Lightning devastation. What's it called? Storm Shroud? No. Oh, already? That's quick.
Good. It's get
No,
starting
it's
to get
probably
bored.
a white group.
You think so?
Probably.
Yeah,
Maybe not.
one's down. One of them's down.
3. Termination, there's 3 stacks of it.
Where's that? Oh.
That's
Oh,
how you
which
tell
is-
if it's a failed group or not.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. What? Not what? Why are we queued up?
I don't know. Looks like a full group. Might be missing 1 DPS, or... We have 2 tanks, we have some healers. Tanks are a little light. Tanks are a lot of light. Look at the health the tanks have, then look at what my health is at the moment.
335. Where are you? 428. I hope I'm going the right way.
Yeah, no, mount up on one of the drakes at the far side of the room.
Ugh. Okay, we're down
then
where I'm at, or do I gotta head back up there?
No, go back up to the room, and there should be a bunch of 5 dragons along one wall. You just talk to one of them, and they'll fly you over. Oh, nice, free food.
Is yeah, that would have been nice to know. I'm hurrying.
Are you flying?
No, I was getting.
Oh, you went way down.
Yeah.
I'll drop a port.
No, that's fine. I'm almost there. And I gotta show this tool who's following me what to do. Why did you stop? Fuck. Maybe you want to summon. I'm on a Drake now. Alright. Did you get that other guy summoned?
I'm summoning all 3 of you.
Helixi. Hex.
All I need is people to click the fucking summons.
Oh, sorry. I'm doing it. The dragon I was riding just finally landed. Alright, they were saying something about like markers and whatnot. Only had 3 main healers. What healers? Go right, go left.
Alright, raid with cleave.
Left, evens.
Odds left, evens right.
Left.
Looks like I am going...
Who the hell pulled?
Of course. One of the healers, because he just ate shit.
No, it wasn't me. Oh, I guess we're going this one. Grab a
It's a
cookie
YOLO
here.
pull.
Move to circle.
I don't know what circle this is.
No, just run it back towards the edge. If you have it. Don't stand in that, it will one-hit you.
Who the hell?
Push back in.
You'll want to dip into this when she jumps up. Dip into the static charge.
Static.
Yeah, that the pools on the floor.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's not good. He's dead. He dead. Oh, this is a fight.
Weapon coming.
Just wipe it up.
Push back in.
That's a badass dragon. She's got a freaking butt in my face. They were talking about left and right and stuff, so...
Yeah, so once... Like, normally you'll DPS her for the first while, and then at one point she'll jump up into the air and fly to the far end of the platform. When she does that, you'll head to the left or the right, depending on what the groups were. And then she'll set a big bomb up in the middle and blow us all over to the platforms on the far side. And once we're on the platforms on the far side, there's some ads we have to kill while she flies over, trying to basically nuke us.
Okay.
And then once we've killed all the ads, we jump on the teleporter, come back to the main platform, and then we begin the next phase. Like I said, this isn't a very straightforward raid, especially if the group has no idea what they're doing. Oh,
Right.
no, that's... So, once we get onto the other platform, there'll be a big ring pushback thing that she'll use. Run towards her. There's static chart. One of her abilities, I don't know if she uses it in LFR. I should check, because that'll be worth knowing. Lightning strike, volatile current, static charge. Is volatile current? Yeah, she'll use an ability called volatile current. It'll just put a ring on you, drop it where it's not going to hit anyone else, but then you have to stun, CC, or interrupt the ad that spawns. And once you do that, you can pop a verse potion. And then you can just
It's a short one. So
it's a stamina stew, but it's better than nothing, I guess. Are we missing someone? Yeah, we're missing a
we are.
tank.
No, we got both tanks. We got both tanks.
Yeah, that's what my raid frames are showing, but
We're missing a DPS. I don't know which way we're supposed to be stacking. I'm trying to think here. We got green and...
literally just stack in front of the boss, step aside when she uses her charge. Her hyper beam, run the pools out. They do proximal damage, so the further they get out, the better. Oh shit, I'm using gold potions on this. I should switch to silver. I don't want to waste golds on this shit. Also, I only have 5 golds left.
Why did she do that to me?
Yeah, she'll pick someone at random. It's total bullshit if you're on the side and manage to get hit by that. She'll just basically, if you run a pool out and get caught,
What the?
and she picks you, you're fucked. There's just nothing you can do about it. And then she booped your ass off the edge.
She did. What the hell? I already reincarnated, so...
I can hit you with the soul stone. We'll see if this
fine.
group-
We gotta take that anyway. I literally got screwed twice in a row.
Well, the knockback was coming. I'm like, I really hope he doesn't reincarnate before she does the knockback.
Yeah, I wish you'd said something.
Yeah, and then it came instantly, and I'm like, oh fuck, this is a problem.
Yeah, we have no tank anymore.
I'm going to push this bitch to 70%, 64%.
Kind of standing in something. Do you mean to be?
You have to. Yeah, that prevents
Okay.
her from knocking you back.
Oh, that's right. That's why I went flying over, because I didn't have the stuff to stand in. Sorry, I was a little perplexed. The fact that she just frickin' turned and blew fire at my face.
Spread.
The elements answer to me.
She pushed you to
Your
60.
end was inevitable.
Nah, she was 68. I probably could have if I blew my cooldowns, but everyone else was dead.
Yeah. So when that thing goes off, when I get because I got it both times now on me, run it. You said
The-
it run it as far away as you can, right?
Someone should drop it behind the group, and then the other two should run them out to the sides.
Okay. So how many people get it?
3. It'll always be 3.
Really? I was randomly screwed twice in a row.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Whatever.
That wonderful, wonderful friggin' WoW RNG.
Doesn't like.
And basically, she'll do something called hurricane buff or whatever, and you can kind of tell because she jumps up into the air, and then you want to be standing in static cling at that point.
Right. The effect that's left behind after the explosion.
Yeah, the static pool or whatever it's called.
Okay. That's why you have it behind you or off to the side.
Yeah, exactly. But
Gotcha.
you want to run 2 of them out further because it does proximal damage when it goes off.
Yep.
So if you
so
drop
you
all
wanna
3
create
right,
like a half moon right where we're standing, kind of. is what you're
well,
saying?
technically you want to put one over towards X, one over towards square, and drop the other one around purple or orange.
Oh, really?
Because because it does proximal damage, right?
Okay.
So when it drops, it'll do proximity-based damage to everyone around it.
Begins.
Get the heck out of the screen. Tank is a bit squishy, isn't he?
Oh, the one is super squishy. He shouldn't be here.
Now that, sorry, I was gonna say, now that I know how to do it, it's like giving me the damn bomb.
Oh, I never will when you know what you're doing.
Breath incoming.
And then the hyper beam. The best way to dodge it is to just watch, because she always does it after she uses the bomb. But she'll breathe.
Feels right now.
She'll do like a deep breath when she's charging it. I was in. I don't know why it gave me a buffet, but whatever.
Holy crap! How am I that low on mana already? Did I not have my?
Breath incoming.
Oh,
Yeah, you got hyper beamed. I saw that.
I
That was
stepped.
funny.
I stepped into that one.
At this rate, would push him.
Oh, jeez, that almost got me.
Oh, second buff, it almost got me. I forgot. I jumped out a little prematurely.
Spread.
The elements answer to me.
Move to circle.
Well, I have a frickin' bomb again.
I'll just run it out to the edge. I'm dropping mine where I want it to be ideally.
Push back.
She phases at 65%, I think. So we're well on track to phase her. She seems slower when she does that in LFR.
You think the Titans brought order?
Now to figure out which side I'm going to.
I have no idea which side I'm going.
You're
to the right.
going.
I'm going.
Yeah,
Right. I don't know. I just
follow
picked the
me.
side.
Yeah, you'll be the. Okay, yeah. It looks like evens on the right. Actually, it looks like all the fucking healers went to this side, so it'll be interesting for the other side.
Breath incoming.
Move it. Get out of that beam. She's sucking in. She's gonna do a pat.
No, I'm not.
Strafe us.
I'm not standing in the group, so I don't know if
That's
that's a good
good.
thing or not.
Does that not do like any damage? Oh no, they ran the other way with it. I see. That is significantly narrower in LFR. I guess that makes sense because in fucking heroic, that thing is. If you're even a little off, that'll just wipe your group. Kind of a super annoying ability. Oh, my demon was in it. That's fun. Drop and interrupt.
I'm good.
Breath incoming.
sit on this a little bit. Some mana regen.
Yeah, you're gonna want to save a couple cooldowns for when we get back on the platform.
Phase 2.
Jump back to the platform and kind of spread out loosely.
Spread.
My demon is almost dead.
Yeah, I'll give it a heal.
Yeah, I can hit it there in a second.
I just gave it a little
It's just
bit
it
of
got
something.
hit by the strafing run, because the strafing run will do damage to it. Oh, maybe he doesn't do positive and negative on this one, which would make sense. I mean, that would it's a brutal fucking
My big
ability.
heals are off cooldown, so if you know
That's
there's
good.
a time I
I-
need them, let me know.
Pushback incoming.
Okay, you're gonna want to run through this. Run forward. Oh wow, that doesn't push at all. Never mind. You'd have to be asleep not to fucking be able to run that. Oh shit, you want to get out of this.
Move to triangle.
Ideally, you get that out of the group.
Yeah, I'm running so slow.
Yeah, it's super. Yeah, you have to. Ideally, everyone who's afflicted by it kind of spaces out. If these go off, that's a problem.
I use one of my heals out.
Move to center.
Oh man, this is fucking baby's first raid at this rate. These mechanics are so weak sauce. Like I've been using my portal to get past that ring so that I don't take the damage it does.
Spread.
People, if those go off, it's a
Pushback.
problem.
Move to center.
I literally stood in that till like the last second and then ran through it. That's that's funny. Go away from me with the bubble. Why? Why do we stand in things? Oh no, I guess you've never played Metal Gear
Move to
5.
center.
There's a whole speech, why do we exist if just to suffer? And I'm like, it feels applicable to LFR.
I'm gonna drop a big heal.
Yeah, it might not hurt to touch us
Yeah,
up.
I
You're
just-
going to want to save a couple for the last phase, because there's
I'm-
going to be a shit ton of damage.
Yeah, I've got. I don't know. I think it'll be off cooldown. Based on
Okay,
how long this
that's-
fight is going, I think it will be. Plus, I still have Ascendance to use.
Phase change.
Yeah, yeah, we're 25%, so it's time for another intermission. I can't remember if we have to run to the edges or not. No, I think we just get booped. Oh no, it's the ads. Yeah. We gotta kill ads now, that's right. Sorry, we haven't progressed past the ad phase in this part. Like, we did it on normal, but on heroic, it's just...
Breath incoming.
Where is she coming from? Yeah, understand that.
it's really narrow in LFR. Oh god, it's so narrow. It's so easy to dodge.
Lightning! Touch this altar with your power!
Watch your
Ah, dang it. Lost the healer. We lost our big heals. Is there any way you
where
can
is
get a
he?
res on him?
Yeah, I can hit him with the soul stone. I just need
He's
to
our
know where he is.
highest. He's, I don't know where he is. Oh shoot,
Found
I
him.
was standing
The
in
paladin?
that. Crap. Priest. Dr. Phil. When am I back up?
Touch this altar with your
I'm dead.
power!
Yeah, like I said, ridiculous damage at some points in this fight.
knocking back.
You guys just don't have enough to finish that, do ya?
No.
It's not like it's a burn at this point, 25%.
I didn't have enough health to survive that jump.
Will be purged from this world.
This is the final stage then?
Yeah. So that outer ring will just continue to expand inwards, and she'll fire off lasers. It's basically the tanks are the only ones who really have mechanics.
Right, it just becomes a, what do we call it? DPS race.
Race. Yeah.
Right. So you gotta have the
Weapon
damage. Run away!
Your end was inevitable.
I might actually use my M plus build for this, just because that ad phase, we need to burn those ads faster, and I don't have enough AoE in my raid build.
It's Dr. Phil.
He's our top healer.
Yeah, he's our top healer. Is he disc? Must be. Holy Priest.
Yeah, Holy gets massive numbers. I'm
Was
gonna hit.
Holy
I'm
better
gonna
than
put a
disc
soul
now?
stone on him.
What happened to all your food, Dr. Phil? Come on. Gosh, I can't click on this thing. What happened to all your food, Dr. Phil? Come on. Isaac, you need to be in bed. Now, I don't know what in the world you're thinking. It's after 10. Good night. Did you need something? Alright, good night, buddy. I go to check on my stream, and I notice in my stream, he's sitting in the background behind me in my camera. Good thing I didn't use foul language. At least I don't think I did. You there?
Yep.
Okay.
I was just reading something in the book.
Oh.
The Adventurer's Guide to Being an Adventurer, I guess.
That tank. Squishy, squishy.
Well, at least they're running that out. I mean, it's something.
Weapon
Hey, you targeted somebody in the group. That's handy. God, I can't imagine this fight on Mythic. It must be absolutely brutal.
I'm not even using
Need
healing
to
rain at all.
Weapon
Not facing.
push weapon.
There's a couple bosses in this place that the mechanics have an obnoxious tendency to target you when it's absolutely devastating. Push him. Yeah, he's 64. Platform time.
Knocking back.
What they could not control, they infiltrated,
Phase change.
just like the aspects did to us.
She's holding the grudge, isn't she? Well, I got more mana this time now. At this phase.
Yeah, and people don't stand in shit and die. It's amazing how
Well, I was
much
being a
mana
little more
you
reserved. I'll admit, I was trying to pump up my numbers the first time.
Oh yeah, you really can't in this fight. Padding is probably not a great idea. Just because it's such a long it's such a long fight. It reminds me of Sylvanas. That was a long fight too.
Breath incoming.
No sugar, honey. Okay. let's see. I'm trying to pay attention to how these mechanics are working.
Oh, I just peeled. I jihaded all my imps and we peeled from the tank. And I just see all the health bars turn red. And I'm like, oh no, I've made a mistake.
Shame on you.
Phase 2.
At least there's an invoker who's doing good DPS too. That's makes our lives that much easier. Okay, so she just pulses an LFR. Normally that would apply a positive negative charge, and we'd have to stack. It's just just another mechanic, right? But in LFR it just pulses, which is fine by me. Pulse all you want, crazy dragon lady. I have DRs.
Push back in. Move to center.
Devastation spread.
Oh my goodness.
Stop.
Move to square.
Where the heck is square? I'm going over here.
Spread.
Like that. Oh.
Push back in. Move to center. Spread.
Getting the spread warning for that ability, but there's no spread mechanic on it, so
Yeah, I
it's
was gonna
really
say-
throwing me off.
I was waiting. I was like, I don't see anything different, so I'm just gonna keep.
No, that's
casting.
the one where they don't have it's the positive
Phase
negative
change.
stack, and they don't have it in this mode. Okay, now we want to be on the moon.
We lost
Thank
a healer. Just so
That
you
should
know.
be fine. It's a DPS race at the end, so... Oh shit, no, we're on ad phase.
Yeah, this is the part where I died.
Yeah, because it's just pulsing AoE damage.
Watch your
Lightning bolts.
We have to kill those ads, because the ads are what... I think every time they reach the big ad, they do... Oh, fuck.
Oh jeez, I almost took that in the face.
Yeah, there's nothing quite as alarming as losing track of where she is.
Yeah.
Okay, we're doing a much better job of killing ads this time. I won't take sole credit, but it definitely helped. I now have 3 decent AoE, or 4 technically, but 3 of them would be what I would consider big damage dealers. Huh, I survived her hyper beam. That's funny.
Watch your
This altar with your power.
I will do a little bit of self-healing. Fuck, where am I? We gotta get to moon.
knocking back.
Why moon?
Because we gotta get Biff to the next platform.
3.
The whole raid was supposed to come here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like you aren't... Oh no, you made it. Alright, we're
No, I
good.
did. Somebody else didn't.
Yeah, it's This is literally just a DPS race at this point, but we're dealing 25% additional damage. We should be able to make it.
Breath incoming.
Am I the only one that has they already used Burn Hero? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did it for the, oh, fuck. I tried to get that out, but...
Move to scroll. Push back. Move to center. Breath incoming.
Oh, there's a cutscene.
Yeah, well, it's the last boss, right?
It is done.
Yeah.
We start.
And then you get to teleported back to Valdrakken.
No.
Oh, great. This system of loot.
Great. They're about to.
I should just greed every... Oh, no, I can only greed. I'll just pass. I don't really need any of this.
Then let us not.
Oh, I
delay.
could have done for the token for the gloves. I might need
There's
on
one
that.
thing I
Ooh,
learned
do I
from
need
all
or
the
greed on
battles
that
I've fought.
dagger? I'll just...
I've got
greed.
I can use the dagger.
I'll just greed on it.
385 stamina crit mastery.
And it looks like you get, oh, 1 primal chaos. That's not very exciting.
Go through already yet?
I think so. I don't know. I'll check the logs once I load in.
I didn't get a chance to see what the dagger went.
Not yet. Hasn't gone through. Looks like a lot of people passed on it. A couple greets, a couple needs. A couple have abstained from anything. So you'll just have to wait for it to time out for them. Did you loot the chest though?
No.
There's some gold and some primal chaos in
Oh,
it, so
nice.
worth grab.
Yep. Need. Oh, what did? Oh, that's right. I need for it. You rolled need 17. Oh, I'm not getting it. I roll a 17.
Probably.
The guy.
Unless
The
everybody
guy.
else has
No,
shit
the guy rolled a 90 and got it. All right. That's fine. All right. Well, that was interesting. I assume by now my wife is probably finished with whatever she was doing. I'll go double check though. Well, that went better.
Yeah, yeah.
It almost went. You could almost say flawless.
I don't know. There were a lot of people standing in a lot of shit.
But I mean,
I was
compared to
watching.
the first like 3 pulls.
Oh god, yeah, that was all those pulls. I don't think anybody knew what the fuck they were doing.
What is this?
And that invoker must be there. It must have been there with someone else too.
All right, let me see. Let me. I'll be right back. All right. Well, I think I'll probably just call it here.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Thanks for coming along. That was nice
No,
to
no
have.
problem.
It was
I
nice
wasn't
to have
doing
you there.
anything. Like, literally, it's Monday night, so I'm not up to a whole lot at the moment. Everybody's where they need to be for tomorrow's reset, so.
Well, and part of the thing was I was like, oh, I forgot about the reset like stuff, and I was like, well, now I have an
Mhm.
even better reason to try to get the raid done, because then
Yeah, 'cause,
tomorrow
yeah,
I
you
can
get,
just go do it right away again.
and you'll get it. You should get one piece in your vault tomorrow.
One Piece what?
You'll get an LFR piece in your raid vault.
Raid
If you
vault.
come to where
Oh.
I am,
I'm coming.
there's a vault on the wall, and you should now under raids. Oh no, it's two raid bosses. Okay,
Oh, you got to kill two. Oh, I only took one down.
yeah. Well, next week we can queue for just any wing if you want, and we can
Oh.
do them.
I gotta leave the group. I was like, why do I not see you on the map? I see somebody else that it doesn't look like a warlock. Let's try this again. I think, is that in the bank?
Yeah, it's in the bank. It's on the right hand side once you go through the doors.
Ugh.
I ran another 18 mythic earlier, so now I get 4 picks for my
The Great Vault?
the Great Vault.
I was wondering what that was. Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's
defeat 2 bosses and you just automatically get a loot?
yeah, it'll just automatically give you a piece.
Okay.
Also, if memory serves, next week is the mythic event, I think. Actually, I'll check the calendar now. Time walking ends. PvP. Is it a PvP week next week? Looks like it. I thought. Oh, okay. 2 weeks. That's weird. I thought it was next week. My calendar must be off. Alright. That week will be easy to get some decent gear. Your eye level's got to be getting up there by now.
Well, I was high enough to get into the I'm 361. So I was high enough to
361,
do
okay.
the LFR, which I wasn't before yesterday when we got everything.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
We'll keep hammering out those storm sigils,
Yeah,
because those are probably the quickest way to get you upgraded.
right.
And like that trinket alone gave you what, 4 eye level?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a big gold pool on the floor. I don't know if you've seen it proc yet, but it's like a big gold swirly.
Oh, is it like consecrate?
No, it's like a giant gold, like, it almost looks like you shouldn't stand in it. It looks like a bad mechanic, but it gives you like 2,000 some haste. I have it on the mage.
Yeah, it's 2051 haste.
Yeah, it's so much haste.
I saw something on the floor that was in the range, but I thought it was consecrate from like a paladin.
No, it's it's a big gold circle that has like a ripple effect on the top of it. It's I didn't know what the fuck it was at first. I'm like, the hell is that? And then I stood in it because I was curious, and I'm like, oh, this is my trinket procking. Because it spawns in weird places, and it's like, well, is this mine or what is this?
So it doesn't
And, like,
necessarily spawn on you?
No, it doesn't spawn on you. It spawns within like 10 yards of your current place. So there are times where it will spawn and it's floating on a set of stairs or something. It's actually kind of funny.
Interesting. I got something I can turn in.
I guess I'll call it a night. There's nothing I really want to do.
Yeah, I had a late night last night. I got the time change all went through. I'm just kind of...
Oh, I was so out of sorts yesterday. It was like legitimately I slept like 16 hours last night.
Yeah.
But it was like I was just out of sorts. Like I woke up like at my normal time, which was later than normal. So I should have been well rested, but I don't know. I just tossed and turned the night before or something. But yeah, didn't sleep well.
It was no, it was okay. So it was Saturday night. You and I were playing.
Yeah, Saturday night, and then the time went ahead, and then
right. And I went And I said, it was like 11 o'clock. And I think, yeah, when we left.
Yeah, and then all of a
And
sudden it became 1.
well, so I go to my wife, who's still up at the time. I said, do you want to watch something? You know, just an episode of something, you know, real quick, half-hour episode. And she's like, oh, no, I'm tired. Besides, the time changes tomorrow. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, that's right. I just climbed into bed. I'm like, good night. And the frickin' my alarm goes off. I get up and I'm like, I'm like, gosh, I'm so frickin' tired. I'm so damn tired. And mind you, you know, I get up at 4 o'clock. And
Yeah,
I go wake up my boys. And
Well, you lose an hour, right? So
yeah,
it's like
yeah. And so I go wake up my boys.
late night into an early morning.
Yeah, and I get up and I come downstairs and I look at the stove, says 3 o'clock, and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, did I accidentally? Because sometimes I will accidentally wake up early for whatever reason. My wife will like nudge me in the ribs or something because I'm snoring, and I'll think she's like waking me up because I missed my alarm or something, or my alarm's going off. So I look at the stove, I'm like, oh, and then I was like, maybe I could go back to bed. I pull up my phone, I look at it, it's like, nope, my phone says it's 4:05. I'm like, shit.
Yep.
All right, that's right, the time change. I'm like, damn it. So
Yeah, it's like I don't mind it because it, you know, it gives us a little more daylight, but like god damn it, it's so bloody like it's hard to get into, I find. Like I'm off, like internally I have a feeling like I'll start getting hungry. I'm like, oh, it must be lunchtime. Go upstairs. It's like 10 in the morning. It's like, oh, okay.
the only time it affects me, like it does, like all that other stuff, because I don't eat scheduled. I eat kind of my
Well, yeah, you
breakfast.
eat like a farmer.
Yeah.
So
So
when you can, basically.
yeah. So I that and when I get up. So with it being an hour earlier, it's tougher on me. And that's more of what it is, because it's like for example, it's 10:29 right now. Well, I feel like I like my body feels like 9:29. And so
Yeah, it's
but the
hard to
thing,
get to sleep, I
no,
find, in the spring.
it's not. Like I could go
Uh-huh.
lie down, I could pass out in like 2 minutes.
Lucky you.
Because I'm just freaking tired. Yesterday at church, I was so tired, you know, because the time change and everything.
Yeah.
I'm standing up at church,
Nodding off.
falling asleep while I'm holding my 3-year-old daughter, who is also asleep in my arms. I fell asleep twice or 3 times, and the third time each time I kind of like started falling forward because I'm front heavy holding my daughter, and I wake up catching myself. The third time I actually had to put my hand out on the pew in front of me to catch myself, and yeah, because I almost like just fell into the pew in front of me. But yeah, it was.
That would hurt. That would have really hurt.
Not just
Those pews
me,
are solid.
not just me, my daughter too. And it would
Well,
have been
she'd probably
embarrassing.
fall behind it, and you'd manage to break your teeth or something.
Maybe. But yeah, it was so that was rough. But I mean, yeah, I can fall asleep really fast. If I it doesn't even take me 5 minutes to fall asleep.
I find during the day I start to get sleepy, but then at night I just can't sleep. I'll just sit in bed and I'll be staring up at the ceiling, and then I'll just wait for a cat to come and see me, and I'll just pet them, and then I'll eventually fall asleep to them purring.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I find during this time of year I feel like it's earlier than it is. So I'm like, oh, I still have time to play for a bit. I look at the clock. It's like 12. I'm like, oh, shit, I should be in bed.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know. So, yeah, I know a lot of people have a hard time adjusting to it. And like I said, really the morning is the only thing that is rough on me. Other
I
than
find
that,
after about a week, like I make a point of just setting my alarm properly and getting up at the same time every morning for like a week, and then I'm no problem. But that week can be rough sometimes.
yeah. Well, I find I'm tired either way. I wake up at 4, I'm freaking tired either way. It's just I'm more tired, and really I just if I just go to bed earlier, it makes up for it. So instead of only getting 4 hours of sleep, if I would just go to bed at 11, I get 5.
I find I
and
either
it really
sleep
wouldn't affect
for
me that much.
if I sleep for 7 hours, I'm good. If
Either
I sleep
way.
for anything over 7 hours, I just have a hard time waking up. So I make a very specific and calculated point that my alarm is always set for exactly 7 hours. If I sleep for the recommended 8, I end up in bed for like, I end up sleeping in and just being lazy. So I'm like, but if I set it for 7, I'm up, I'm about, I'm doing shit. So it's like, if I go to bed at midnight, I wake up at 7 in the morning.
Right.
But
Yeah.
and then like I'm someone who can nap. Like
Oh yeah.
if I have to be up all day and then I have to be up late and up early, I can go on like 30-minute cat naps 4 times a day. Like I literally I can cat nap like nobody's business. But when it comes to like actually sleeping a night's worth, I'm like I have to be very precise or I end up just sleeping. It's like it's 7 hours or it's just a complete crapshoot as to how long I'm going to be asleep.
Right.
But I find the cat naps work good. So like I sleep for like a few 5-6 hours at night and then just supplement it with like 3 or 4 little cat naps over the course of the day when you have some time. It works pretty good.
If I get lucky, I'm doing a like 4 hours typically.
Oof.
4 hours. I go to bed at 4 or midnight.
There was a time I could have done
And
that.
up at 4, and then
Oof, that's rough.
yeah. Well, that's pretty much what my schedule is. But and it's so from midnight to 4. But sometimes I'll get a nap. Like it depends. In the morning, I could get an hour and a half nap or something. A lot of times, it ends up happening like if I like, okay, I really want a good nap, I'll bust my butt, get all my stuff done in the morning by like noon,
And then just take a cat nap.
I'll sleep from noon to 4 again.
Oh wow. Okay.
But that's only like a couple days a week, like Sundays. A lot of times that's what happens.
When there's nothing planned and it's just kind of a quiet day.
Yeah, it really depends. I a lot of times I can't, like, all I can do is squeeze in a 20-minute or maybe 30 minutes.
Oh, I find a 20-minute nap is just usually enough to keep me going for a few more hours. And like when I was working like the 12-hour plant shifts and I was doing other stuff in addition to that, I was like, I think my night's sleep was like, it was something like yours, like 3 or 4 hours. And then it was like I slept on my one break at work. I'd take a cat nap in the break room.
Yeah.
And then that would get me through my shift. Then I'd take a cat nap after work, and that would get me to the rest of the evening. And then to when I was going to bed, and that was like it worked all right. But yeah, it can be rough sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
I don't envy a 4 a.m. wake up time. Though my cats seem hellbent on making sure I'm up at 5 every bloody morning so that they get fed at precisely 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And unlike cattle, they're persistent. They'll come and bother